Charleston is more than historical. It's sophisticated, it's inspiring. It's an art piece, just look around. It's a city that pays the utmost attention to detail and history. Charleston, the best small southern city. Hi, I'm Julie Rogers. Welcome to Charleston Home Showcase, where we bring you the stories about the people in the businesses in the home and lifestyle industries here in the Low Country. Let's start out with Chelsea Anderson of Habitable. She won the AIA South Carolina Award for Design for her Bohicket house. Let's go visit her and see what she's up to.
So my name's Chelsea Anderson. I'm an architect and I own and operate an architecture firm called Habitable. I think what distinguishes me as an architect is my way of thinking about architecture from a regional, contextual perspective, really putting a big emphasis on taking in the site and connecting with nature. That can be a very different approach even for modern architects. I think it's really important to kind of go back to what our roots here are in the South, which was buildings that were designed for natural ventilation, to be able to smell the smells of the marsh. We're right on the marsh edge. To be able to hear the sounds of the marsh, the crackle of the water as it pulls out of the tide. That's really an amazing experience to hear. It's all things that we're wanting to bring in through that experience of opening the house up to light, to air. So I really like to work with natural materials. It really excites me to work with materials that have a natural patina about them, that they get better with time. So Kebony is a product I often turn to for wood products because they naturally turn and it starts to just really blend into its natural environment.
Kebony is the sustainable alternative to tropical hardwoods. It's a modified pine. We're taking a quick growth, sustainably harvested, FSC certified pine, and we are changing the cell structure. We are actually impregnating the wood cell with furfuryl alcohol, which is a bio-based liquid. We are permanently modifying the characteristics and essentially turning it into a hardwood. The first time I met Chelsea and Matt, they were looking for a sustainable alternative to a lot of the common materials that are used in this area. And when we had our first conversation about Kebony and when they started to learn more, it was just a natural fit. They're looking for environmentally friendly, beautiful, as well as low maintenance products. And that fit right in with Chelsea's design, as well as Matt's construction.
Since my husband was the carpenter and his hand was in the work, we really wanted to express that. I didn't want to cover that with paint. I didn't want to cover that with caulk. I wanted to express the nail holes. I wanted to see the grains of the wood. I wanted to see the grain patterns on the panels of the door. I wanted to feel that warmth of the wood and the construction, the effort that went into that craft of putting together this house. So I'm greatly inspired by how my clients wish to connect with nature. I'm inspired by connecting with the natural light, the qualities in the different spaces that you may want throughout the day. You know, you may want a really bright kitchen in the morning. That may be an experience that you craved. It may be nostalgic to maybe a room that you really enjoyed as a child. Or there may be a particular tree that's really important to them on their site that they really feel a connection to, that will want to bring the whole design around. In the next site we'll be going to, we have a 200-year-old oak, and the whole house is just wrapped around that oak. And every room has a view of that oak as if you're living in a tree house. And that was kind of the experience that client really wanted, to feel covered and sheltered by that tree. I know just from building my own house how making a home that is suited specifically for you is an unreal experience, and I want to be able to do that for them. And so I know that takes a really intense process to get to know them, and it's a really fun process. You get to know everything about their lifestyle so that I can most effectively give them an efficient home that really works seamlessly within their lifestyle, because I know from experience how great of a joy that is to live in a home that's specifically suited to you.
For more information about Habitable Form Architects, visit their website, habitableform.com. And to learn about Kebony's products, visit their website, kebony.us, and visit Buck Lumber on James Island to see the Kebony products in person.
Olga, Leslie, and I had worked together at various firms over the past few years, and we realized that our skill sets were complementary but yet diverse, and that we could make a difference in the Charleston real estate market in the way that people approach buying real estate. We call it the Maison difference as far as our customer and client care goes, and we like to pride ourselves on providing any kind of service our clients require. It's a very competitive market. There are a lot of savvy buyers and sellers out there, and they require a high level of service. What drives my passion in this business is actually bringing people to Charleston and sharing the beauty of the city and the lifestyle, and making friends and forging new relationships and growing a firm that we're proud of. Our goal is to make an impact on the city, the community, both by our business and our philanthropy. We're really proud at Maison of what we've accomplished in the last year and a half, and we have a very positive outlook about what's going forward. We have a team that's very cohesive. Our staff is small but powerful, and I think right now the fact that we're an all-woman team has some momentum and power, and I think people just feel like we're a nice local firm that people are cheering for us, so it's nice.
My name is Scott Koenig. I'm the president of Koenig Homes. So I've been building homes on Kiowa for a little over 20 years now. We've been working with Buck Lumber for almost that entire time that I've been here, and even my father before that. When we're buying building materials, I could buy them from just about anywhere and shop around the lowest price. But when you're in high-end custom construction, there's a level of service that comes along with that we need. We need to know that if we have a problem with the material, it's turned around quickly. We need to know that we're going to get timely deliveries, that they're looking out for our quality as they're giving us this material as well.
So Buck Lumber is our primary material supplier. I've been dealing with Buck Lumber now for 20 some odd years. And we don't just use them for, nails and screws and boards and things like that, but we also use them for engineering. We use them for consulting. Everything they're capable of doing, we've pretty much used it all. We have so many great contacts, and so many people at Buck Lumber have been kind of like family to us through the years. We've just never thought about getting away from them.
I think at Buck Lumber, our approach to really kind of hand-holding, whether it's a homeowner coming in for a remodeling project, or it's a large-scale project, we really, truly want to partner with people. We want to help them make the best decision for their project. And also, that falls into the budget that they need. We have a lot of options. There's so many things out there that people really don't know, even with having access to a lot of things online nowadays. You can pull up a lot of pictures, but there's also a lot of things that, in this market that we can't build or utilize just because of building codes. So there comes a technical aspect of it that when we get involved with it, we also know a lot of the architects in the area, a lot of the engineers. So if we have a problem with some engineering on a blueprint, we have a relationship with those engineers. We can call them up. So we're already ahead of the game when it comes to informing the builder. We just copy the builder in. We always keep the builder communicating in the communication line.
Buck Lumber really treats themselves as a partner with us. There's been this kind of seamless connection between us and Buck Lumber where they're on that same page as us. How can we make things easier for you? And that's what I like about working with Buck Lumber is they're always trying to find a way to make things easier for us.
But you always run into situations in this business where you need an answer and you don't need to wait a week to get that answer. The one statement that always stands out for me, and this is going back, is the buck stops here, right? That is and has been Mr. Buck's philosophy, meaning that we're not going to kick the can down the road. Like, we're going to come to a solution, a resolution.
My ultimate goal is that my clients are happy. With partners like Buck Lumber, I don't have to worry about the quality of the material they ship me, the experience also when I take clients to their showrooms, especially their window and door showroom. It's a very good experience. They have all their products there. Clients leave with expectation that they're going to get well taken care of.
It really is partnering. We want to accomplish the same thing that our customers and our builders want to accomplish. They want things to run smooth, effectively, and they want the best product that they can possibly get for their budget and done in the time frame that they have allocated to have it done. So I think in the end, that's what everybody at Buck Lumber wants to do, and that is the goal that we have.
For more information about Buck Lumber, visit their website or call 843-795-0150.
I think Mary Lou and Olga and I each brought professional experience to the table, but from different backgrounds. We've all had a passion for real estate, we've all renovated houses, and we've all lived here for a while. So working with them is like working with a good friend.
What I love about this job is that it doesn't feel like a job to me. I really love what I do. I'm passionate, one, about Charleston and about this town and the people that live here. I'm passionate about the architecture and the history, and what gets me up in the morning is meeting new people every day and helping them find their dream homes. Actually, some of my favorite clients are the first-time home buyers, which is so gratifying to see them when you make them happy and they get the keys to their new house.
We really pride ourselves in being a strategic advisor and boots on the ground here in Charleston to help our clients. We're very connected in the community and we like to support community initiatives. So Maison as a company gets together and we like to support, our communities that we live in.
I'm Joseph McGill. I am the History and Culture Coordinator here at Magnolia Plantation and Gardens. I'm also the founder of the Slave Dwelling Project. We tend to interpret our history through the buildings that we choose to preserve. Therefore, you will see a lot of nice, beautiful, architecturally significant houses. You will hear about the people who inhabited those spaces. And there's a story there. There's a story there that everybody visiting a plantation needs to know, but that's not the whole story. Because the story stopped right there is why these places still exist, is why the Slave Dwelling Project exists, is to bring out this element of the story. The rest of the story is the places where the enslaved people inhabited, because it was their labor, their stolen labor, that enabled everything else on that property to exist. In these cabins, you'll see as they began to progress through history. In that second cabin, you will see a pot-bellied stove. That's progression. Again, this is a period in our history where the enslaved, they're now formally enslaved. They're free. So with that comes accommodation, pot-bellied stove. Now the fireplace is an option. And also in that second cabin, you see a rope bed. You hear the term a lot, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Well, it comes from the fact that these are rope beds and you have to tighten that rope. Otherwise, your mattress is going to end up in a place, that's not convenient for you. They're using what's accessible to them. Yes, that's a period in history where they're free, but they're still limited. But even within that system, we still had agency. We still found those creative ways to be human, to still be mothers, to still be fathers. We pull that out of there, and those things have been passed down to us. We have to nurture these places. We need to restore these slave dwellings, because in these slave dwellings existed the people whose history then is reflective of who we are now. Now, of course, in these slave cabins was probably the most serene time of an enslaved person's life. You know, they spent very little time in these spaces, but they spent time in these spaces nonetheless. This is the vernacular that's left to help us tell that story. If you erase the evidence of their existence, then you can in turn erase their existence. So then, you know, it's important to have these spaces as reminders of the past, of what we endured. If you apply the social history to that particular building, then you can extract some things that tells us about ourselves. And it was because we endured that we're able to, live the lives that we live today, enjoy the things that we enjoy today. It's that element of the story that the Slave Dwelling Project focuses on. It's that element of the story that here at Magnolia Plantation and Gardens, when we talk about the people who come on the tour and we tell them about why we brought them on this tour, the reason on this tour, is because all of this grandeur that they may have come for to learn about in that nice, beautiful big house, that's all well and good, but you need to learn this element of the story also.
For me, give me that old time religion, give me that old time.
To learn more about this daily tour at Magnolia Plantation and Gardens, visit magnoliaplantation.com.
At Maison, we have this wonderful partnership. We come from different areas, Leslie with law, Mary Lou with finance, and me in the marketing aspect, and it just worked. We're there together, we collaborate, and we have the same goals. We want to make their experience seamless. This is a process that can be emotional, and so when we can handle those details, they have peace of mind, they relax, it's more enjoyable, and if you have people that are all working together, it's just a natural process. Being part of the Charleston community is key for us. You know, not only do we sell real estate here, but these are our neighbors, and we're also very involved in, charitable organizations. We love the Charleston charm. We love the history. We love everything that goes with it. And it's just a wonderful place to have friends, raise our children, and live our lives. So it's important for us to be part of this community.
Hero Heating and Air is a residential HVAC company. We provide service for your HVAC system, yearly maintenance, and installation of new systems. Charleston's environment is unique. We have a long summer and a short winter, so we tend to use our heating and air systems all year round. Our cooling systems definitely need to be in top shape all the time because we like our air conditioning, so that's something that we can provide. In Charleston, you don't want to be hot, and we're glad to be able to come in and be people's heroes in that way.
I think with us being a smaller company, we can come in and explain what we're going to do. I explain to people that I've been installing for 20 years. I'm going to be the guy that's going to take care of your needs. We install the highest standards of equipment.
We are American Standard dealers. We really love that brand because of their high customer satisfaction rating. It gives us a great option, especially on the coast with the design of the systems. Obviously, we're close to the beach and the salt air can be very hard on your outdoor equipment.
My biggest thing with install is I get to see the process from start to finish, and then at the end of the day when I'm done, they're comfortable again.
Hero really came about a conversation that David and I were having about being someone's hero. We actually got a call from a friend on the weekend and they needed some help, and I was like, well, you can just go be their hero. And we both kind of looked at each other like, that's it. That's the name of our company.
This has always been my dream to own a company. I always figured if I can do this, for a larger company, I could probably do this on my own. My wife Stephanie, I can just really trust that she's taking care of the business side. She's really taken this bull by the horns and led us, and she's really gotten us to where we are now.
It also kind of goes into our mission of wanting to give back to the community. I want to be able to identify those people in our community who are our heroes. That way, you know, we've been able to give back to veterans, we've been able to give back to first responders, we support the schools, and those are our heroes. Not to mention our customers, because they've been incredibly kind to our company, you know, taking us in as a new company and giving us a try and really singing our praises, which, you know, we are so thankful for.
People are raving about us now. They love what we're doing, and that makes me feel great.
Luckily for me, one of my best things that happened was David and our relationship. We kind of have it figured out. We feel like, you know, we're good at staying in our own lanes. So I do the business side, he takes care of the technical side, and our customers really feel taken care of that way. I think our employees appreciate it too, because though we are family, and we actually have some family that works with us as well, we also just have a very professionally run organization. And so that allows us to be able to work together and to be efficient, but also to respect each other and the people that we take care of.
We just don't leave people uncomfortable, we take care of them.
To learn more about Hero Heating and Air, visit their website or call 843-620-4376. Today's Charleston Home Showcase expert tip is from Wes Salou at Renasant Mortgage Lending.
This is Wes Salou with Renasant Bank with your expert tip of the day. Rates are at an all-time low, so now is the better time than ever to do some refinancing, to pull some cash out, maybe pay off some holiday bills, or maybe do some home improvements and get that new kitchen or porch you've been wanting. Maybe you're on the fence to buy a house. Guess what? You can afford more home than you've ever been able to because rates are at an all-time low. Maybe you live in a house and you want to upgrade. Again, all-time low, more buying power than you've ever had. I'd love to talk to you about it. Visit my website or give me a call and we'll talk to you soon. Hi, this is Wes Salou from Renasant Bank with your expert tip of the day. How much can you borrow? It's a very important part of a mortgage transaction. You need to know how much your payments are for automobiles, student loans, credit cards. We're going to calculate your mortgage payment and come up with a percentage so we can get you qualified to buy a house. For more information, please visit my website or give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you, Wes, for today's Charleston Home Showcase expert tip, brought to you by Renasant Mortgage Lending.
Artis Construction started literally over a table when I asked Guyton Ash, my now business partner, to construct a dining room table for me for a new house. The product that he delivered was one of the most beautiful pieces of furniture that I'd ever seen. And at that point, I knew that we needed to be business partners, and we decided right then and there to form a company that would create a new gold standard for client services and construction.
Being in Charleston, that's basically the birthplace of preservation in this country. So we're sitting in the library of one of the first houses that really went through that phase of preservation. Each house on Rainbow Row followed after that. It is a dream come true being able to have two projects right here on Rainbow Row. Humbling and awesome.
I think our name says it all. Artis is the Latin word for craftsman, and we take an enormous pride in our mastery of time-honored building skills.
I think it's necessary to pay attention to the detail, otherwise you're losing part of that history. When we open up walls, it's like a time capsule. The trade that I majored in, timber framing, at the American College of Building Arts, set me up for that tone, something that's been here since 1740. I just certainly don't want to do anything to jeopardize history.
What separates Artis Construction from, I think, the other builders is that you get two owners with Artis. And Guyton always takes the perspective of what's best for the house or the project and what's best way to construct the building. I take the perspective of the owner and what's best for them and what's best in terms of their own personality and their expectations for the project.
Fort Lamar is a fantastic property. It's sitting right on the creek overlooking Morris Island Lighthouse. It's kind of like something out of a painting. I mean, it's just fantastic.
This house is 1820s plantation house that was in pretty bad shape when we were brought on board.
We spend an awful lot of time thinking outside of the box. We consider ourselves to be innovators, and retrofitting some of these homes with modern technology is extremely difficult in order to maintain the historic fabric.
Artis Construction is one of the largest employers of graduates from the American College of the Building Arts, which is a prestigious four-year college that teaches high-end building trades. And as such, we have developed a tremendous skill level for historic restoration.
We have a number of guys that have relocated down here just to come aboard. It's a humbling experience for somebody to seek out your company to come work because of your portfolio and because of the team that you've put together. Without clients, we wouldn't be in business, so we're excited to get up in the morning and go do what we do.
It's a privilege to work on homes that were built over 200 years, and to play a small part in preserving those for another 100 or 200 years is a real honor.
For more information about Artis Construction, visit their website or call 843-225-9125.
One of the things that makes Express Sunroom so unique is our trust points. We give you a lifetime warranty on our products straight from the manufacturer, and we give you a no question asked labor warranty on all of our products. We also give you a no pay guarantee. This allows a homeowner to be able to get a project with no down payment, no deposit, no money out of their pocket. Once the project is complete, that's when we get paid. When you see that customer and they just walk over and say, man, that's the best thing I've ever done for me and my family, is creating that space.
You made a difference.
You protected your child today.
Intuition told you something was wrong.
You had a concern and you knew where to turn.
It took courage, but you refused to stay silent.
You put your child first and helped them heal.
You inspired those around you to do the same. You are the difference.
You are the difference.
You are the difference.
Pledge to take action
and prevent child abuse today.
Go to dnortonpledge.org.
Together, we can help a child.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Charleston Home Showcase. I'm Julie Rogers, your host. I am proud to bring you the stories about the people in the home and lifestyle industries. Be good to yourself, kind to your neighbors, and I'll see you next week. I'm Julie Rogers. If you'd like to highlight your business, drop me a note at info@chshomeshowcase.com and view all of our segments and stories on charlestonhomeshowcase.com.